Hello?
Let's play a game.
You know you're like the 10th guy to try this, right? It never works out for the dip in the mask.
Maybe. But there's never been one like me, Gale.
Courtney, I'm going to start with you. The fight between you and Ghostface is killer. Tell us, how excited were you for that scene?
I was so excited. I've never had that opportunity to be head to head with Ghostface wearing the mask. I've obviously been stabbed, shot, and a lot of things, but this was incredible. And it was very physical. So it challenged me and I loved it.
Melissa and Courtney, to you both. How does it work in these movies? Do you know who's behind the mask the whole time, or do they reveal it at the end?
If we're talking about like the actors that are, the characters that are Ghostface, we don't get to see it until, we're shooting the scene where they reveal themselves, which is always exciting.
So Courtney, you didn't know then who the killer was when you're filming that scene with them.
You had guessed.
Well, what happened was I didn't read the end of the script. As soon as Gail dies or lives, whatever happens, when she parts out of the movie and the young core four or whoever's left is dealing with life or Ghostface, I don't like to know. So I like to just watch the actors and go, are you acting like you didn't do something, or are you that good of an actor? I just like to do it, and I guessed.
Melissa, how good are you at guessing for all the previous movies, the ones you weren't even in? How good have you been at guessing the killers?
I'm not very good at all. I feel like I am not very good at deduction, and if I didn't know because of the script, I probably would never guess who the killers are.
Courtney, what about you? How accurate have you been?
She's pretty good.
I think I'm pretty good at that, but they're getting more complicated and more. I mean, they're starting to outsmart me. Although this time I liked it.
She did guess. Like, she was, we were behind the scenes trying to keep it from her because she didn't know who the killers were, and she would have all these theories and be like, but you did this and that was suspicious. And so in the end, I think you guessed correctly.
When we had that dinner at my place,
Yeah.
I was like, I knew who you are.
Yeah.
Courtney, what was it like? I mean, what was it like coming back without Neve? Were you calling her up? What was that process like for you?
I mean, of course I miss Neve. I mean, she's she's Sidney Prescott, but this movie is so action packed and so much going on. You don't have a chance to sit and think too much at all.
Melissa, moving the action to New York City, I thought that's so cool. I think the movie does have a lot of action. How does that change, sort of ramp up the tension in Scream 6?
I mean, I think we're in the 6th installment of a franchise. We needed a change of air and a change of pace. And I think moving it to a big city like New York is a really big statement in the, from the writers and the directors of like where they're planning on taking this franchise. And it's exciting. It's exciting to be in New York. I personally love New York. So when they told me that the movie was going to be based in New York City, I was so excited. And it also, I think, raises the stakes. They're in a new place, they're unfamiliar with the territory, and that makes it scarier.
Courtney, I want to know, who has the most iconic death scene in the entire franchise, in your opinion?
I'm just going to say Drew Barrymore, because it was so unexpected to have someone that well known go within the first 20 minutes of a film. I think that was iconic. That was really bold.
Yeah.
Melissa, what about you?
I mean, yes, Drew. I also really like the opening of the second movie in the movie theater with Jada Pinkett Smith. I also think it's mortifying. Like, it's just such a well-written scene. It happens in a movie theater, and people think that it's fake, that it's part of like the show. Imagine getting stabbed and dying, and people like looking at you and laughing because they think that it's part of like the movie. That to me is like one of the scariest scenarios ever.
Well, that movie did make it so I could never go to the bathroom in a movie theater. And I don't know which one it was, but I will not go in a parking lot by myself.
That was what I was about to ask. What are the lessons you've learned from Scream and going up against all these villains?
Don't try to change the way you look every film because it's not worth it. You look back and go, what was I thinking?
I think it's iconic.
I think it's iconic. I've learned to not always give in to curiosity. You know, curiosity killed a cat. And it's mostly when you give in to, like, let me go and look what's going on in the basement, or let me go and see what's going on down this hallway, or let me go and open this door. Like, don't do it.
Please help us. Just down here.
You got a problem here, guy?